when she said that, I didn't jump on the computer and look for audition dates or when this is happening. You know, I actually went, yeah, sure. Yeah, I said to her, but I'd do it for different reasons because I was on a journey of getting to know who I was. And is there actually something for me to do while I'm on this planet that is meant to be done? Because we're all unique. There's like, what do they say, 8 billion of us, but there's 8 billion opportunities that are only destined for each and every one.
Mm.
There's, I can't do what you're doing. This is your gig, man.
Yeah.
I'm on this end of it. You're on that end of it. That's how
Yes.
it,
Yes.
and we're all unique. So anyway, I just went about my business. I think it was a few days later, I was out in the paddocks because we're on a farm here. We've got a lime farm and we make kombucha and things. I was out just doing farm work. The television is never on unless we're watching it, right? And
Yeah.
I came up to the house one day and the television was on when I came up to the house. And I'm thinking, why is the TV on? But I've got grandkids that live on the property here with me and that. So let's not chuck too much mystery in here. But it could have been a kid
Ooh.
who, yeah, who turned it on and did a bolt. But nevertheless, it was on. And guess what was on?
Let's see. Survivor.
Well, yes, but in the form of an ad saying auditions now open, apply.
Oh man, amazing.
And I just
Amazing.
looked, I know, man. And I looked at it and I went, that's a breadcrumb. And I applied. I instantly applied. I filled it all in, and then I shot a video about, a few weeks later. You can see it on YouTube. If you look at it, you'll see in there. There's some really. It's a really good shot. My son-in-law's really good at editing. He's done it. He's a school teacher, and he's done a lot of stuff with camera.
Okay.
He filmed it, but let's be honest, the whole thing was ad lib. The only thing we sort of we put together is when you watch it. Not to give you a spoiler if you want to look at it, but we actually blow up a stack of wood. So I kind of figured on Survivor I might need to know how to hunt and light a fire occasionally, so this is how I do it. And that was just spontaneous, because my son was there, my son-in-law was there. They're like, what are we going to do, Dad? I went, I don't know, let's just roll. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah.
And so it's quite entertaining. The producers, I'll jump forward even now into when I'm in All Stars and we're on the flight home from All Stars, and the head producer of Endemol says to me, mate, he said, did we ever tell you, about your audition tape when we saw it the first time? I went, no. He said, come on, let's sit down and have some breakfast. We're on our way back to Australia. He shouts me, Brecky. He says to me, mate, the minute we saw you blow up that stack of wood, we said, put him on the island.
Wow, it paid off.
Mate, it was like, you couldn't have prepared. This was ad libbed. We just went, oh yeah, what are we going to do? We're looking around. Yeah, let's blow up that stack of wood, and we added some mystique to it. But mate, that's
Amazing.
that's how I got on. When I went in, you know how you do an audition, then they come back to you. I had to do live auditions down in Brisbane, one of our capitals here.
Yep.
When I went down for that, there was 16 of us. Now, here's where I'm already now embarking on the knowledge that I've got that says to me, you're going to be a little bit famous, but I'm not pursuing fame. Fame is a result of me being on the television. It's not what I was chasing.
Mm.
And I believe, because I have a profound belief in there's a creator that made this big ball we're spinning on, right? So I
Mhm.
want to get as close to that energy as I can before I actually stand in front of that energy in another form, right? That's my sort of thoughts in my head. They may not be true. I don't know until I get there. But anyway, when I went for this sort of open audition down there where there was like 16 of us, we went through the whole thing. We do a mock-up, this sort of stuff. We get to the end of it. I actually got voted off in the mock-up.
You did.
I did. I literally got voted off in the auditions. We're mucking around. We're doing some bits and bobs, and they're just emulating it a bit. And mate, they've gone, nah, the old guy's gone. And I'm like, sure. So I then felt that maybe my chances of getting on are slimmer now, but there was a profoundness in me, without arrogance, but there was a profoundness in me that knew that this was really part of the journey.
Mm.
And I just liked the fact I wasn't trying to get on there to get recognized. I was getting on there because it was part of something that I knew was part of my life journey, I guess. For whatever reason, I didn't know. But anyway, mate, out of that whole group, I was the only one they chose.
So the one you got kicked out in the mock, but you were the only one that they actually kept and pushed through to the next round.
Yeah, well, that's right. Not only the next round, the next day, it was quite an interesting, fun interview. You know, I don't want to reveal too many of their secrets, but when I walked into my interview, again, I felt this energy within me say to me this one thing: make them cry, make them laugh. Just
Mm.
do that. And see, I have this other belief that tells me also that I don't even have to know what I need to say. When I arrive, it'll come.
Mm.
So I practice. I don't have to practice.
Yeah.
It
It's like
turn
an
up.
intuition. It's almost like
Yeah,
an inner knowing.
yeah, I guess it's when you're in those moments, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I did make them laugh. I told them some real life stories that made them laugh and some ones that made them cry. And when that interview was over, they said, "Righto, mate, you can head out now." And as I walked to the door, this was another thing again. I'm feeling this energy. It said to me, "Don't open the door quickly. Open it slowly." So I'm like, "Sure." I opened the door just gradually, slowly, and then all of a sudden, see, I'm giving time. If you got to work within perfect timing, you got to be in perfect timing, right? How
Mm.
do you become in perfect timing? You listen to your inner voice, the one that's telling you to slow down or to speed up or to do nothing.
Yes.
As I open the door slowly, now a producer shouts out, "Hey, hang on a second." And I turned to the producer and they said, "Are all those stories real? Did that really happen?" And I looked at them and again, the words come. And I said, "Absolutely, every bit of it." They said, "There's no lies in that. That's all true." I went, "It's absolutely true." And then this came. And you'd know if you're in this television land, people love certain things. And I wasn't preparing this, but this came. I said, "Absolutely, it's all true." But then I guess you'll never really know, will you? And then I went to go out. It just popped out. And
Oh, that's
then,
amazing. I love it. I love it. Just a
and
little
then
tantalizing because what's the only thing that's better than the 100% true is just that 1% of mystery that's like, is this guy for real?
for real. Yep. And you know what I looked like back then? I mean, I stood out. They told me, mate, even in Brisbane City, they said, "Our people have seen you around the city, you know, when you're just going out. You stand out, man." Of course I stand out. I'm on some journey that is manifesting for the now and for whatever the future looks like. Like we do have a future. I don't try to get too far into the future, but I mean, yesterday I was talking to some people in Nepal on the same sort of, platform. Now I'm talking to you in America. So there was a future. I slept last night. I woke up and here we are. But
Right.
I'm not overly planning into it or expecting or whatever. I'm just rolling.